Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jeremy from Mystic Maze. This channel is a storytelling channel. I'm mostly going to deal with, it's mostly going to be short stories that I just make up. The channel is focused around magical items. I don't know why, but I seem to do well with coming up with stories when I have a magical item to build a story around. When I get if I get a magic item, then I seem to be able to build a story around it better than I can if I just start with a character or something that, a grandiose idea that I want to do. So this channel is mostly going to be about various stories that are centered around a magic item. How someone came across the magic item, what they did with the magic item, and in a lot of cases, what went wrong with that magic item when they tried to use it. You might notice that I'm going to switch it up on this channel a lot because I'm trying to figure out what works for me. Like, I started out just doing a story, and then trying to illustrate it with a Midjourney, and it's okay. And then I tried to have it read, 11 Labs, because I can't afford voice acting. If I could afford voice acting, I would definitely get voice acting, because I grew up with this sounds like, I guess I'm this old, but I grew up and we used to listen to stories on record, and they had some of the stories were the best voice acting of all time. It's like, I don't know what they're paying them. I mean, I can't imagine it'd be much, but to this day, they're still on the internet, and I go back and listen to them, and it's some of the best voice acting. So voice acting is really important to me, but I can't afford it. So I've been using 11 Labs. I don't think my voice is unique enough to do myself, like for a lot of the pieces, but then you got different characters you want to, you like to incorporate, and so in other words, you're going to see a lot of change probably on this channel as I try to mix stuff up and try to figure out like what works for me. And also another thing is, like, sometimes I have the habit of biting off more than I can chew. I'll decide that I want to animate and like illustrate a whole story, and then it winds up taking 2 months, and that's not really good for YouTube. It's just not. Like, for YouTube, you need to be able to come up with something where you can consistently upload stuff like at least once a week. Some guys get away with once a month because their content is really good. It's really well put together, and you know what I mean? But that's not me. So I think what I'm going to do, after having made a few of them, I think I'm going to just give a short narrated story of myself talking, just telling the story. And I'll illustrate a little bit, like maybe do some flashes of like some Midjourney illustrations, maybe dabble a little bit with like a voice to make the video more interesting to watch. But it's not going to be like a full production. I'm not going to try to like make every story, animate every story and all that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up just writing the story, telling the story, like just like this, and illustrating a little bit through it. And I'll call these particular videos like overviews. And if a story seems to hit, or people seem to be like interested, they're like, oh, that's a good story, I like you to like elaborate on that one, and there's a lot of interest in a particular story, I might elaborate, write more, and spend more time illustrating. And if the channel does well and starts blowing up, the more, if I start getting some kind of income from it, I can put it back into the stories and actually hire decent voice actors and possibly some people that animate. And AI is blowing up. I mean, AI is taking over. The promise of being able to illustrate your own story is coming, and this is like 2023, the end of 2023, right at the beginning of 2024. So what do you? It's soon anyone will be able to just animate their own story without an animation team, because this AI is they're heading that direction right now. You got Runway that's doing a good job. You can only get these small clips, but still they're impressive. It's just by the end of next year or the year after that, I promise you, we will probably be able to start illustrating stuff where I might be able to do an illustrated story once a week, which would be fantastic. But till then, I'm going to do overviews, and I also think it's good to be a live, real person, especially going into the age of AI, because there's going to be more videos on YouTube that are, AI generated. It's going to get real spammy. People are going to start appreciating real people that are, in front of the camera. And although it's awesome that AI can do all these things, it'll probably get old quick. I've already seen a few of them that run these AI videos where you can tell that the ChatGPT wrote the script, they ran it through some video processor that like edited together B-roll and subtitled it automatically, possibly even uploaded it to YouTube automatically, probably slapping 20 videos in an hour together. And you can already, like, when I click on a video and I can tell that's what they did, I click off it. I don't even want to see reviews like that. Like when a product review, I like to see a human face. So if I think like it's the 20 best gifts to buy in 2023 and it's all AI, it's all like 11 Labs, you know what I mean? It seems too generic and spammy, so I click off it. So I think people are going to start appreciating faces. Anyway, so that is the overview of this channel. Again, we are going to be focused on magical items. So if you like these stories and you have a magical item, you're like, this would be a good idea for a magic item, just put it in the comments. And sometimes I run across an idea that I do like. My kid has come up with a few, and I'm like, man, I'm running a story about that, because that is interesting. To see where that goes. And I might even start building like a whole world, put it together, then rearrange it, piss everybody off about how I rearranged it, because, you know what I mean? Anyway, please press the like button. Please press the like button. It's amazing you even saw this video.